Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of SnowTown here in Cities Skylines, where last episode guys we started to place down some of the unique factories within the region in a way to try and make us some more cash money moolah so we can start to get out of the deficit that we're creating ourselves on a weekly basis. We also added in our very first, well actually I think it's our first IT cluster on the peninsula of Snowhattan, and I asked you guys to give me some name suggestions for it and we got some pretty good ones. So before we jump into this guys, I just want to say if you do enjoy SnowTown and want to see more, then please make sure you smash that like button down below, and if you are new around here, then make sure you do subscribe so you're notified when that next episode does come out. But we're back, and today we're going to take a look at continuing the expansions on unique factories. I want to create some new junctions on the highways to kind of get the traffic on and off. And I want to look at also getting set up the cargo train line from the wood industry connected up to over here. Now the reason for that is we place down over here these two buildings, the toy factory and the printing press, which needs plastics. Both of them do, which get it from the oil industry. Now they both also need, well, one needs paper, the other needs paper and plain timber, which we have the warehouses just behind. Now they're slowly starting to get filled up, but we need a steady and constant supply of those materials to make sure that these two factories are rocking and rolling, and for future factories in this area too. Now we get all those goods, paper and plain timber, from over here. Now what I've been noticing is you get the odd vehicle or two that would drive all the way down to deliver the goods, and then you get the odd cargo ship, which I'm trying to find if I can see one. Yeah, like this one here, who is going straight to, okay, it's not going to that one, right? Okay, you disapprove my point, but I've seen a couple of cargo ships load up here and then travel, drop the goods off there, then they'll drive to those warehouses. So that's what I want to get set up to. Now, before we get into it, the IT cluster. Where is the region name? There we go. Some suggestions I can't repeat because this is a Christian Minecraft server. But a pretty good one was to call it Lower Snow Hatton. Now, is it Hatton with an E or Hatton with an A? I'm sure we had this issue before, right? I'll put it with an A there. I'm not sure what it is in real life, but we've gone for the abbreviation as A in this one. You know, if it's wrong, it's wrong. This is SnowTown. We do things SnowTownish. I won't repeat what the the inappropriate ones were. If you want to know what they were, guys, go check out that last episode. But I do appreciate it, guys. So, what I want to do right now is take a look at this highway. Now, this junction is the only one within this vicinity that gets people accessing around. I kind of briefly said before that I wanted to kind of add in a little on and off ramp somewhere else. Now, what I've noticed is, and it's not really showing it right now, but this one here, people entering from this side of the region or crossing over from over here, that exit there gets loaded quite easily. So I'm thinking about kind of using this little area here as another little on and off, just to kind of serve this small section, just so we can free up a little bit of traffic on there. And then kind of give this this area a little bit more access. Hopefully, we'll see how it goes. So let's start with this then. We're going to go to our roads. And we're going to pull up now our little slip road. And let's see. How far away do we take it? So I can have it like almost directly next to it. I'm trying to think of the best method would be. I want to get it parallel with this road. So if I kind of go to there and kind of... Oh, how did that happen? Really? How did you happen right now? Right there to there. So that was 9. To there to there. So that is going from it. It's almost like a 5 bend. That's a 4. There we go. So I'm just trying to get the right angles so we know where it's rocking and rolling. We've obviously got a good little distance apart from it. It's a little bit more narrow than that one, but I don't mind that too much. And we're going to have to kind of bend with this as well, which is going to be quite interesting. So we'll elevate this up then, and we'll change it now to our elevated road. I will elevate that part as well. But what's the height up there? It's 10. Okay, easy enough. So if I come out, actually let's bring it up to 10 first, and we'll come across by up to 9. So do the same here to 9. Bring that up to 10. And then these ones, do I instead bend with it, or should we create... That's 4 across. That's 5. So that becomes the same kind of length leading up. And then we'll go for an 8 by 8. Right, ignore how much it drops down, but we can lead with it, which I think will be pretty cool. And just so I got that kind of right curvature. Obviously, this side will be a little bit different. Actually, I think, yeah, it is going to be a little bit different. Maybe I kind of come back from there and kind of bring it in. Yes. But I'm trying to kind of cope with this. So what height are we right now? Let me kind of go back up. There we go. So that's a 4. That's a 5. So if I anarchy this in, and we go for the bend there, so that's a 12 by 12, and then drop that in. And then do it back to there, so it's kind of the same distance. And we can create our own curvatures on this. So, right, get rid of the anarchy. So I don't want to do it to there, because I want it to bend round. And there we go. Right, we'll anarchy that just there. So we get the same kind of lead from it. And it's going to be a little bit funky anyway, because I'm doing all this on the bend. So we'll take what we can with it. And we'll lead in with... So it's going to destroy a little bit of a building here. I'll try and only make it destroy 1, if I can. Which comes from a 13 length. So just there. So hopefully we get away with that one. This is going to be the awkward one just here. But let me get all this road now facing the right way. So, down to here. You go that way. You go this way. You lead up to there. So now it's all facing the right way. And looking at it, it is still, this is the awkward one. Now, there's not really much I can do about that in a sense. Because, and you know, looking at it all, to be honest with you, I think it's all like a decent bend already. I just got to do the sort of the slopes out. But there's not really much I can do about this. They're turning off, and then they're coming round. Now, let me undo that. Yeah, maybe... Yeah, there's not really much I can do. I'm coming off a bend. I got to kind of wiggle it round. I just need to sort out all the angles, don't I? So bring this up to there on that one. And we'll slope them. Beautiful. Do this here. To there. Should I take it right down to the end? Slope that. Just sloping them like literally changes their characteristics pretty quick anyway. So down to there. To there. Might as well take it to there. And we'll choose to quickly upgrade that. I'll upgrade that one as well. And then we'll redo this. Bam, bam. So it kind of gives it a little bit of elevation on that side. And then all we got to do then is change the highway to a 2-laner. So we got that sweet, sweet, sweet lane math. So I run that all the way down. Boom, 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 boom. Which, doing that now, kind of makes it look a little bit more visually appealing, but it's just the angles. The bends I'm throwing on them, it is what it is. So sort of the lane management leading to and from on and off the highway, so everyone's in their right lanes. No one's tripping over one another. And then we, hopefully, have freed up a little bit of traffic on that junction. Hopefully, anyway. But this is, I feel like this now really bows out too far. So if I select these 3 points there, kind of bring them in slightly. Yeah, that feels better. And then this one and this one. Yeah, okay, you could play around with it too much and it just literally drive you crazy. But not too bad, not too bad, not too bad. Right, so where am I looking at? So look at this junction then. Did we turn the traffic lights off on this junction? We did, to keep it as flowing as possible. They're turned off there anyway. So we're just going to have the initial traffic leading out of here because it's all exciting and whole new areas and stuff like that. And I could also put in like lane management where they have to go in a certain direction when they come to this so they don't crisscross over one another like they are right now. Or ultimately, what I could do is use the symmetric roads, which would be these here. And I can add them to places like this, right? Where 2 lanes, one goes, as you can see right now, leading up to it, straight on. One does that turn. And it just kind of slightly alleviates a little bit of traffic in terms of their lane management. Now, it's not going to be the be-all, end-all and solve everything, but people turning right and going straight on don't have to be caught up on one another, and they can lead into 2 lanes on the approach, right? That's pretty much what they can do. And you could argue I could do the same thing on these slip roads as well, split them into 2 lanes to merge them off. But I'll leave it like that. I'll leave it like that on that approach. And yeah, because you're not really seeing mass amounts of traffic, but it's there for the taking. And then this is already in 2 lanes anyway, so it kind of does it naturally. But it's pretty cool, isn't it? Right, that's done then. That's all I really wanted to add on this little area, is that new extension. So I can continue to build around this, and I've got a highway connection directly there. It's pretty fun, isn't it? Right. How are we doing? So we've got now 90,000 residents, and we were still doing the growth and expansions. And then we filled this area up last episode, which is still taking a while for residential. So we don't really have a residential demand. Now we have to create that by adding in more industry. So then we have a surplus of jobs available to which then we could, you know, start growing that population demand. And why don't we take a look then at doing that train connection? So how are these guys over here then? So lots of plain timber there, lots of paper. They've got the goods ready to rock and roll. A whole load of new vehicles coming in from the forest industry. Nice, nice, nice. Plain timber is what's needed for this factory. This one's doing pretty good, but we still need that solid import that can reduce the time it takes for a truck to get over here. Now, we're making 33,000 plus weekly income. Someone pointed out, yo, Sonic, if you don't want to be in debt, don't spend 100,000 on education. I know, but we got smarty pants living here right now. But we're going to turn it around on the industry anyway. Look at that. Unique factories making 35,000 profit. That's pretty good. Now, it does fluctuate, but yeah. So, we need to figure out then the best way to kind of get this train network across. Now, I don't want to kind of like, you know, build it like straight across the middle, go underground and kind of ruin everything. I still want it to be looking semi-good as well as being functional. Now, what I wanted to do, basically what I wanted to do is bring the goods from over here via train to over here in bulk and be quick and easy. So if they were to do it via ship, drop the goods on, it sails up, goes down, and then sails down, and they got to drive it. But obviously, ship can do a lot, but it is pretty slow. It is pretty slow. Vehicles, they drop it on, they either drive down here or drive onto the highway. They got 2 options. They'll either drive down the highway, follow this highway all the way up here, turn off, drop the goods off, which, again, that's fine, but it's small quantities, and it does take a little bit long as well for the distance they got to drive. Or they might go under the ground tunnel, cut down here, but that might be a little bit slow with all the traffic stopping and starting. Now, we have a little bit of a bend here where the train goes into this export area, which is what we want it to kind of go to. So if I create like a small little junction there, and I've got 2 options. I can either follow the road going down, which will cut across. Then we got this big open wide section here, which we got a little bit of issues with. Or I follow the highway leading down. You can go across here, over there, under the big junction, follow it round. So it follows the highway, you know, for the most part. Probably when I get over to here, I kind of lead it down away a bit and then kind of bring it over down there. So it loosely follows the highway. Would be a lot quicker because it's a train, obviously. And it will carry a lot of cargo as well. That might be the way to do it. And it will also create a network for the trains to access, a lot of this side of the map, which we can then use in the future, which that's the biggest benefit. It's not about getting point A to point B the shortest distance. It's about making all this area accessible via train if we go down that route. So rather than doing the 2 connections straight away, let's start from the middle and then work our way from either side. So trains, there we go. And we'll keep it low here. So if I, actually no, we'll keep it, it's plus 10 too high. But it will be when we get to there. So maybe I have it start at ground 0 from there. Push this all the way through. And we'll anarchy it so it passes under. It does clip some of that stuff, which we'll have to kind of maneuver right now. But ultimately, it goes through that whole area directly under, following the line of the highway, which is good. So when we get to this point here is when we can then elevate it back up to 10. We'll then go across. And that's when we get to kind of bend around and go across to the waterfront. And the same thing here. We'll bring it to 10 there. Bring that across. We might as well have it go across all the bridges. They're elevated. Not bad, not bad, not bad. It's quite a well-built river crossing, really, isn't it? It really is. Anyway, that will kind of sort that out. We'll come back and sort that out in just a moment. And then here, I don't know whether to kind of... Because we've still got the monorail, which we can, discontinue. I don't want it to kind of go through the middle of the monorail. Which actually, do you know what? I actually could. That wouldn't be a bad idea, because I can bring it back down to earth here. And then bend it around and up there. You can't upgrade the monorail tracks to train tracks, no. So I'm going to have to kind of bulldoze all this. Well, let me try something, because this could be interesting. Alright, delete all that. Gone. And then elevate to plus 10. Right, this is going to be interesting. So it's literally going to be in the middle of the highway. Like that. So that's going to be like visually like, whoa, what is going down right now? There's a few bumps and stuff like that, which I still need to flatten the whole thing. And then that can then just go under the highway to connect up to there. So that works on that side. It's just then this side with how I'm going to do it. So if I brought it down to 0... What's going on? There we go. As soon as possible. And then coming across the bridge. Right, this is the hard bit. It's kind of like we have to say I brought it to there. Now, if I did something like that, my issue is, it could work, but you're kind of clipping through the highway, so it doesn't work. So I need to either elevate it up and over this, or under. Now, it might be, or it'd definitely be easier to elevate it over rather than under, because there's too much going on. But how's it going to look going over, sorry. So if I bring it right back, and following that straight line, it comes up to 10 here. Here, we'll bring it up to 20. Now, what I'd want to do is keep it... Oh, why's it gone down? I want it to be anarchied. Which I don't think we're going to get that to work, really. Alright, if I bring that to there, that feels way too high, doesn't it? But we'll play around with it. Alright, if I take that to there. See, it does work. I just got to smoothen out the negative parts of it. Now, how far can I make that continue to go straight? Well, the bend starts here, doesn't it, really? And how far can I make it go straight here before the bend? Well, the bend's happening there. But it does get pretty close to that right-hand side, but it's pretty close to the whole of this anyway. Right. And if we take this middle part here, and bring that right down, select every point going then across to there, slope it so it looks a bit more natural. Or if we sloped that. Is that height okay for that? Yeah, that should be okay. We got any vehicles on the way down? There's a vehicle now coming, which it should be perfectly fine in terms of the height differential. Yeah, wonderful. And if I go from here to there and slope that. So a more natural incline. I don't know why it bridges there. All there. I'll add the whole thing up there as a bridge as it passes over. Or that not a little bit there, not play ball. There we go. So as it passes over there, it's all enclosed in a way to kind of make it look a little bit more safer. So that would do the job. That would do the job for us. And then we want to bring it down to earth on this side. So down to 0. That then allows us to pass through the middle and then create something here. So keep it very basic, very simple right now. I could have that go across there. If I deleted that and then combined it just there. So, because I only really want to go back and forth up to here. I mean, for now anyway. I don't know what I'll do in the future in the long run. Where's that? Oh, it's there. So that's a 6x6 bend. Right, pause because I'm destroying electricity lines. There we go. And those electricity lines will be able to connect back over. Right, that's connected up to there then. I can leave that as it is. It's now just then the rest of this. So, right. My option is follow the highway all the way around, connect it over to there, go straight down, which would actually probably be the easiest method, the easiest option. It would, wouldn't it? Yeah. So, if I put down here, because, oh, actually, no, I gotta do it on this side, don't I? So, if I did it, actually, how far away have we been pushing it? Yeah, it's not that far. But where do we start going straight? Just here. So if I ran this going across, it starts to pull away at that point. So if I just drag it to there, leave it as that, and we'll try and get this to now follow. So there isn't really any straight moments. So we're just going to kind of like try and hope. And then slowly start to bend it round. Yeah, it's very loose, but thing is, one, it's not connected. There we go. I've connected down to Earth for now, until again we figure out what we want to do with it. I might elevate it, I might keep it there, but the options leave us semi-open. So I think I might just kind of keep it as a distance. And then we elevate it back up. Plus 10. There we go. And we'll go 13 by 13 bend, which is borderline as close as a 90 degree we're going to get for now. There we go. Bend it around a bit more. And then where are we taking it at this point? So the fact that it doesn't need to be straight now is now quite appealing. And all it's really doing is then doing a straight connection there. I just wanted to go down from this one. That's where they collect the wood from. So into play mode then, that is such a long distance for a train line. I do have a few issues here and there that we need to kind of solve. I need to reposition some of these posts and pillars right now. So if I spin it round, where can I get away with it? Maybe one there. Maybe some. We just simply delete. Where else? There. We'll delete these. Yeah. And then it will be interesting now to see if we start seeing cargo going that way. So let's go fast forward then, or whatever the game will consider fast forward mode. The trains will ultimately get loaded up with wood and other goods. So that timber and paper. And this should be going to the cargo hub there. And so they learn about the new routes that they can take. So let me just double check it is all connected. That passes over wonderfully. Leads over to here. Wonderful. Happy with it. These guys should have an endless supply then. And not just these guys. When we do place other factories down that might require plain timber and paper. We have a couple of warehouses over here for it straight away. So there goes that train passing through. When are we going to see our next train? So, wait for it to appear. I'm hoping by the second train appearing, they will know and they'll understand that they could potentially travel that distance. They might not want to do it yet, because they might not be ready to send any more vehicles or cargo over there. But the options are there. Also, I think these guys also just need more raw products, because they're still importing stuff as well. Right, there's a ton of vehicles now on their way over. So we should have a train appearing soon. So we see what happens when all these new vehicles come in. And there's a bunch more driving up as well. So as these go in, we just wait. We wait for a train. And how's that industry doing right now then? So 11,000 profit. So I bet you that 30,000 was when actually... oh, it's got a lot of stuff on this one. So the cargo hub. Yeah, still going over here. Okay, so they haven't fully updated their routes. But when they made 30,000 profit from the unique factories, I bet that was down to when these two over here also exported as well. But we'll leave it like that then. The option's there if they want to go down that road anyway. Right. Unique factories. Let's take a look at some new ones then. So we can't do the bakery yet until we get the farming all set up. We've got the lemonade factory, which we can't do until we get the farming as well. The electronics factory needs plastic, glass, and metals. Now this is going to be interesting because now this combines the oil industry and the ore industry. So we need plastic, glass, and metals. Plastic comes from the oil industry. Glass and metals come from the ore industry. So because 2 of them come from over this side, we're going to place it over on this side. Now this is a huge factory, just like the other one. So we have that one placed there. Oh snap, where do we throw this in? Is there a huge gradient change here? Not really. So I'm thinking I might reposition this just there. And can we squeeze that bad boy in just here? So right next door to the export area, which is fine. It needs plastics, glass, and metals. Now we have a warehouse over here for metals. We don't really have one for glass, do we? So this, only because that one didn't require glass, so we need a glass one right now. Let's go warehouse for glass. Which we'll go for... placing that there. Just so it's slightly out of the way. Stores glass. So it'll be a while before we start seeing any production coming from that factory until all the goods are over. Oh, we also need plastics as well, don't we? Yeah. So let's set up a warehouse over on this side for plastics. Which... where should I throw this in? Right at the very end, maybe? Slightly a little bit further away, maybe? It's a tough one, isn't it? Well, she's dropped down some new roads. Let me see. I could do a road at the back. Can maybe bring that road across. Get a large one in just there, yeah. That's probably the way to go forward. And this needed plastics, so at least that warehouse then got it. So then the whole thing then switches. I then need to get plastics from over here a little bit easier to there. Now what they could do is they could drop the goods off at here, ship it over to there, and then a train will actually take it all the way over. So actually, do you know what? That's probably not too bad a connection. I don't really need to do anything differently with that. So yeah, they could take it by train to the cargo area. Ship could literally just sail over, and the train takes it from there over to there. Oh, that's solid. I ain't got to do much with that, have I, really? So, needs plastics, and it will take some time before plastics do come in. We're going to up the production levels anyway, so we can get the maximum out of it. Right now. They're complaining there's no plastics. Are you producing enough plastics, oil industry? And the answer is probably no. Do you know what? The answer is no, I'm not. Right, plastics then. And which is our plastic production building? Special goods, plastic, yeah. So I need a bunch of these now. Which will throw now just a couple on the outer ring. So 2 there. We'll throw in 1 just there. So that's 3 new buildings being dropped down in terms of plastic production. So hopefully we can ramp that up slightly now, which will be interesting. And do we have any trains coming through all this? There we go. There's a train right now. So it's not entirely filled up. So it looks like it's mainly got paper on and then plain wood. And I'm following the train track to see if I can see any additional secondary trains coming through. Yep, there's another one here, but where are you going? To the cargo hub. just over to there. So not a fat lot going down really. There's a train passing by. Owner came from over this way. Ooh. So it's either going to drop off goods or it's going to pick up goods right now. Interesting. But yeah, they're all now intertwined and connected to a certain degree, which is quite exciting. Right, unit factories then. So next would be the clothing one, which we can't do just yet. The petroleum refinery, which requires petroleum, plastics and metal, special goods manufacturer, and refined petroleum. So that will need petroleum, plastics, will come from the oil industry, metal from the ore industry, so then it kind of flips it on its head. Metal needs to go in that direction. That requires a lot more different stuff. That requires farming too. That requires farming too. So does that. That doesn't. That's a little bit of everything from the three industries. Forestry, oil, and ore. And so is that one. So why not drop down the reverse then? Is it the petroleum one? Yeah. So it just needs metal. Now, can we squeeze this bad boy over here? I could. So bam, throw that directly in there. Now, I didn't realize there was elevation changes here. I didn't realize we're working with elevation changes over here right now. So what if I flip it? To go on this side. Well, let me just drop it there quickly. So then that slightly elevates up and round. Oh, there's a little aircraft going across there. Right, I'm going to slope these to take away from its obvious gradient change. Smooth that off a bit more. And it's not too obvious then, is it really? So that itself needs petroleum and plastics, which we're getting from the local industry. But it also needs metal. So then we would have to drop down another warehouse over on this side, which stores metal. So then the goods would come from over here, hop on a train. They'll take the train to the shipping industry, ship it over. A train will then go through, drop it off there, and it'll go to the warehouse. And we've got all these goods together. So this is becoming quite a industrial side of town right now, this area, which is really exciting. It is actually quite exciting, to be honest with you. You're going to see a load of trains like jumping out of here. And in terms of the job market front right now, 5% unemployed, that's not the biggie. We're up to 94,000 population. These are now starting to fill in. As more and more jobs became available by expanding this industry, we have then more demand for residential. So we can continue those expansions in general. So this is really good. This is actually really, really good. I'm quite excited with how this is going to continue. So we placed down 2 brand new industries then. And this is obviously still waiting for the plastics to arrive. It will take their time. We have upgraded the plastic production. But how is the metal production here? Metal production is pretty solid, but we could do with expanding it a little bit more. So metal production is this building. Now, is this the big boy one? Yeah. Oh, smokes. It is a big boy building, isn't it? Where can I extend the industry a bit more? So I could then connect these guys here. Throw that out a bit more. Bring that down. And we could drop 2 over here. So 1 just there. 1 there, because the water does not reach all the way. There we go. Should have the power. Yep. So they'll get the goods a whole lot easier. Plenty of tonnage to come in still. So 2 new buildings produces more metal, which we have a nice little demand here, there and everywhere. We have 1% for the plastics, so we're still waiting for those goods to come in. And eventually we should have then a solid supply. It'd be cool if we could see what the breakdown was for what type of cargo on board the ships. So then we could really understand where certain goods are going to and coming from. It would be quite ideal, wouldn't it? Right, their chances of the cargo hub. They're going straight to there. So that there could be storing the plastics from the oil industry, because it is going directly to there, and it will send the goods off. So yeah, it's now all connected, isn't it? This is pretty cool, man. I'm liking this. I really am liking what's going down right now. So got a long time before we start seeing metals coming in. And again, it just takes time before we start seeing it all intertwined and connected. Any trains ticking along right now? There's a train right there, which is actually bringing some oil over. I wonder what for. Do we have any oil power stations? We don't, because it's all wind turbine. I think they just need it, really, don't they? They just need it. So we got a little bit of industry over there. Did we get the industry over here? We did. Did we get the oil industry over there? Yep, we did. It's all good then. It's all good, boys. Not really much we can say, is there? It's all tickety-boo. Slowly getting there. They've actually got some metals as well, which starts creating the fuels. It does provide a lot of jobs. It provides 61 workplaces, that factory alone. So really, the now kind of next question mark is, Seniac, you need to get that farmland area set up, which will be over here, because of how fertile this land is. We'll create like a little small little country town out in the middle of nowhere. Has train connection we can utilize, which is good. I can do a little on and off ramp section for the highway, so they're linked up. So we can pretty much do one over here and one over there as well, and then kind of build the town in the middle, do the farming all around it. And we'll get that hooked up as well. I'll probably do a cargo depot as well nearby. I might kind of utilize this river running down on this side. We'll do a train connection. And at some point, boys, we do need to think about doing the cargo hubs. We've got the airport in. So I think a cargo hub airport on both sides of the river might be a good shout to export the goods a little bit easier too. We'll see. We'll see. So how has the traffic now changed since we got this IT cluster, which does look sublime? And we're starting to see a lot more people using the boats. I think we managed to kind of hold it up right now, right? Yeah, there's not really many people lingering about. What about on this side? Yeah, we pretty much got it down. I think at some point it'd be nice to do like a little helicopter crossing. I think that would be pretty cool too. We'll see how that goes. This junction is looking pretty good. This junction over here right now, bit funky, but still looks pretty good in terms of traffic. So again, we're managing that just fine too. And then the question is, do I split it into 2 roads leading down to here so I can get left and right? I'm not too sure. I don't feel like we have... If I had backlogs of traffic, then maybe yeah. But we do have breaks in the traffic, so there's kind of no need for it. Nah, it's pretty good, man. It's pretty good. I'm really happy about it's turning out. These guys still need the plastics, so I take it the plastic haven't been delivered as such yet. There is a truck coming down. A train coming down. Any more? I'm not sure what the plastic looks like on a train. I'm not 100% sure, but it shouldn't be too long anyway. It shouldn't be too long until they got the goods. We've had 1% filled up anyway, like 4 tons of storage. Maybe it's more down to the fact that I need to produce more plastic. Have they got round to producing more plastic yet? 56 tons. We could still probably work on that whole production, but it is making some serious money. So we're making 13,000 in profit from the unique factories alone, 14,000. So it all pushes us in the right direction. As you see there, 0 from the farming, so we got to set that up at some point. But we are going to end it for here today, guys. I hope you did enjoy this episode. We've done some really good expansions and some improvements. And pretty much got us ready for the next set of expansions within SnowTown too, which I'm really excited about. And if you guys did enjoy this episode, then please make sure you smash that like button down below. If you are new around here, then make sure you do subscribe. But until next time, guys, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.